Girl, Queen Dee Dee, doop doop doop, with Dee Dee Said It. I'm coming this morning to you with a story that was sent to me. It's a hard one, but it ain't that hard. This story came from the King Show. A Tennessee pastor calls cops on a lady, has her put out the church, but why? A pastor called the cops on a lady and had her put out the church. This particular channel has 629,000 subscribers. We have 5,400 likes. We have 107,000 reviews. And guess what? 1,320 comments. This has to be something good. This video is actually 14 minutes and 29 seconds long. Ah, buddy, what have I gotten myself entangled into now? Listen, all my queen kings and things, I need your help. We back at this again. This is either black and white or there's some gray in between. Let's see what's going on with this story.
Why? Tell me why though.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. I have a right to be here. It does matter. It matters. It matters a lot. I have the law.
I want you to leave.
But I want to be here.
Can you please get up and come on?
Why? You have to tell me why
Have you
though.
ever heard that saying third time's the charm?
Tell me why would you arrest me though?
This will be
Because
the third time asking. So if I ask you 3 times,
but why can you tell me why I have to leave? You have to tell me why I need to leave.
so you can do it by choice.
Can you not tell me why I have to
Tell me
leave?
anything. I am telling you to please get up and leave. That was the 3rd time. Are you refusing?
I would like to know why. I'm not refusing. I would like to know why. With my daughter here, why am I leaving?
Please get up and come.
Why am I leaving? Hold on. Why am I leaving?
Please get up and come.
Why am I leaving? Hold on.
Asking her nice.
Why am I leaving the church? Why am I being escorted out of the church when God said I can come to church? Reverend Taylor does not want me in church. Why? Tell me why I cannot come to church when God's house is open for everyone. Tell me why I cannot come to church when Reverend Taylor has a personal vindictive about me. Tell me why. You tell me why I can't. Y'all doing what man want, not what God wants. Tell me why.
Do you have your mother's belongings?
Tell me why I can't come to church.
You gonna walk through?
Tell me why. Tell me why I can't come to church.
I don't know, man.
You got to know. You doing your job. You got a piece of paper. You got to know why. Tell me why I came to church. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Y'all doing what man want, not what God want. Y'all doing what man want, not what God wants.
How you gonna come up to my house and take one of my lambs out of my house?
Thank you. No. Y'all doing what man wants. Please. Y'all doing what man wants.
Here.
Y'all doing what man want and not what God
Take
wants.
them out around.
Thank you.
And you have one of your officers out here.
Thank you.
So what is your name?
Nikita Robinson. Tell me why am I being escorted out of the church?
So
Huh?
so what is your, ma'am, where is your vehicle?
My vehicle is over there.
Okay.
I would like to know, please just tell me why. You have the right to do what you do, but I have the right, as a citizen, I have the right to know why I was escorted out.
The
The what?
master and the operators of this facility would like you removed from the property.
And they need to tell me why. Why? Yes, they do. I belong to this church. That man does not. That man is just the overseer. He's not the belonger. I need deacons to tell me why I pay tithes here. Why? Tell me why though.
It does.
Tell you why. You want me to tell you why? I need to count all the reasons why I'm about to tell you why. The first reason I'm going to tell you why is we catching hell out here. I come on here and I do videos showing how our black men are beating us to a pulp. How we are battling with the black man, because when we do talk, we get hammered with we're aggressive. We get hammered with we're dramatic. We get hammered with we're this. We get hammered with we don't take care of our kids. Then we get the white woman that act kind of scared of us because we can be overly aggressive, overly this, overly that. And then you come along and straight embarrass us in the church house instead of getting up and leaving, handling this situation to where you're supposed to handle it. If you know the church because you've been in the church longer than the pastor, you know that there are proper protocols that you're supposed to follow. No pastor owns no church. We all know it. The pastor don't own the church. The members do own the church. Let me break this down bit by bit. Y'all know how the queen do it.
It does matter. I have a right.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter in that moment because he's a uniformed officer. He's a black man coming in trying to show you the respect and the homage that the white man don't normally give us when they approach us. He's coming to you. He's asking you respectively. It's not his job to get in the middle of what the issue is. His job is to take the phone call. He's asking you to exit the building. You're asking him to step outside of his character. You see he's in a black church. You got a few members in there. He's trying to show you respect, the pastor respect, the congregation respect. You're pushing him to a limit to where he's forced to do another part of his job when it comes to apprehending, when it comes to dealing with someone who's refusing, when it comes to dealing with someone that they can't get through to. Clearly, you're difficult. And the way I'm seeing it, I don't just see difficult in the church house. Whatever this pastor did and he's asking you to leave, probably because you bring too much attention like you're doing now. Let's get started.
Here, it does matter. It matters.
Why does it matter when the officer's asking you to leave? What is it that the officer is going to do differently that the pastor has already called? Yeah, have you never heard the early worm catch the bird? The early bird catch the worm? The fact that the pastor called the police on you first. What this officer is going to do, he's going to automatically come out and he's going to lean towards the pastor. Not that he's being biased. The pastor is the one that placed the phone call. You're asking him to get in the middle of a feud that he technically have nothing to do with it. He's only trying to come there to make sure that nothing else happens. Nothing escalates. Why are you pushing this officer, a black officer at that? He's as respectable. He is even talking to you calm. These are the issues. These are the things that even our black men are talking about. These are the things that our white men are talking about. This is the behavior that white women are talking about. That's why we're the most talked about, well-hated gender of a race. And I'm not going to side with you with this behavior. You're in the church.
That is a lie. I know the law.
If you knew the law, you would know that this officer is telling you to get your ass out this church because the law said it's time for you to leave. You're a member of the church. And because you're a member of the church, you know there's a proper protocol to go through. We all know this pastor didn't go through the board to have you removed, but we also don't know what just happened. We don't know whether or not you just got in a tongue-twisting twangler of a argument or a debacle with this pastor, and maybe he didn't want the friction in the house of the Lord at that time. The way you're sounding is as if something did just happen. I don't think the police, and I'm only going off of my thought, I don't think this pastor just walked in, seen you sitting there and said, let me call the police. Something happened. Because you turned up and you were too aggressive. I understand this officer came up, could have startled you, but something's telling me something else happened before this officer got there.
But I want to be here.
Can you please get up?
He's asking you, would you please get up? If a white man, had that been a white man, he gonna ask you one time. But I also got a feeling, had that been a white man, you would have got up. You would have got up as soon as he walked up on you, because you know there's a difference when a black officer come up on you versus when a white officer come up on you. You took advantage of this officer, and I don't appreciate it. But the reason why I'm saying she took advantage of this police officer is because he's basically begging her for him not to have to do his job in the house of the Lord. He's trying to show respect and homage on so many different levels. He's really going against his badge, because when he told you the first time, the second time, you're going on the third, fourth, and fifth time, and you still haven't left. That's called resisting. I can't report on how black men treat us if I'm looking at this bad behavior from you that clearly goes on in your house as well. Call me being judgmental if you want to. An attitude like that don't stop at one place. And then the fact that you're in front of people, and I could have swore I just heard you say your daughter is there too. That's why you should have showed your daughter from the jump. Don't get with these officers and resist. They're there to do a job, whether they're right or wrong.
Why? You have to tell me why.
So if he don't tell you why, what are you going to do? So if this officer don't tell you why, what are you planning on doing, girl? Don't get cute. I got on my church hat too for y'all, because I know y'all coming for me. Because I'm not going to take the side of wrong. My job here is not for wrong and right. It's for right and wrong. When you're right, you're right. I'm for you. But when you're wrong, I am also for you, but I'm against you too. You're dead wrong for this. You're going to sit there and be passively aggressive and literally tell this officer, not until you tell me why. How condescending is that? And then you start recording because you knew. I know you're recording because you want to get something out and you want to show people what the pastor's doing. But what you're not showing people is you're showing a passive aggressive behavior, because you're also displaying this behavior to an officer that technically has nothing to do with it. He's coming to make sure that nothing escalated in the situation. Why didn't you just leave?
They're saying third time's the charm.
Tell me why would you arrest me though?
Why would he arrest you, lady? Because you're resisting, maybe? See, there's multiple forms of resisting. He's asking you to leave. Technically, he can't get you on trespassing just yet, because somebody got to come out and tell you you trespassing. He can't get you there yet. But he is asking you to leave because at this point, you're in the middle of an ongoing investigation. As soon as they come up on the scene, if you're a part of it, that means you're in the middle of an ongoing investigation. You're not adhering to any of his commands to you. And this officer, he's being just as diligent and delicate with you as he could be. He's being diligent trying to get it done, get it over with. There's people in the church. But he's also being delicate because he knows it's a touchy, not just that it's a touchy situation, lady. He's really doing it because you're black and he's in the house of the Lord and he know how it is in our neighborhood. Let's just keep it real. And you're taking advantage of him. You're taking advantage of not just him. You're taking advantage of his badge. You're also taking advantage of his uniform. And you damn sure taking advantage because you know that camera is on. And he's asked you multiple times. And it's things like that that circulate through the internet. And when we see that an officer asks you 3, 4, 5, and 6 times to do something and you don't do it and then nothing happens, it makes people like me look back and say, wait a minute, because they didn't treat me like that. They just bum rush me. Why didn't they give me a chance? Why are they? See, it causes a domino effect. I was going to be light on you, but for what? Why would I be light on you when you're not light on this officer? When you're not light on the congregation? You're not even being light on your daughter. Now, what if your daughter got to see you in handcuffs? Do you know how traumatizing that is, especially for a little girl? That's traumatizing. As young as she is, do you know how that would break her to see you get handcuffed?
Third time.
Third time.
Ask me 3 times.
But why can you tell me why I have to?
He don't have to tell you.
Me.
He don't have to tell you a damn thing, Moesha. All he need to say for you is to get up and leave. He's already gotten the order. The early bird caught the worm first.
Why I need to leave.
So you can do it by choice.
Can you not tell me why I have to leave?
That's outright resisting, outright disrespectful, outright it's just so outright. And it's so outright to it actually leads me in a space to say, I don't know if there is help for some of our black women, because I'm not included in that. To be honest with you, I'm not included in that. I'm not included in that. You're being asked to leave because you honestly are being asked to leave for a reason. Yes, you can compare my story. I wasn't asked to leave. I came back to get something from a police officer that I was supposed to get that he didn't give to me. I'm in a totally different situation, so I can talk. Go back and look at my video. I'll post it. You're outright being rude to this black officer, and it really pissed me off even more because he's a male, and I could tell he's trying. He's trying on a different level. He's trying on a different level, like I said a few minutes ago. He knows how our culture is. He know how religious we get. He know how it would actually look. And on top of that, let's just talk. Listen, it's not even about how it would make him look. Do you know how that would make that black officer feel inside? If he have to come into the church house and arrest a black woman, not just a black woman, a black mother, and he have to work and serve in that community, and you're disrespecting and disregarding him like that. Shame on you. Shame on you for getting in church and acting ignorant. Shame on you. Shame on you for giving people more of a reason to downgrade, dismiss, judge, and look at us black women as a whole because of people like you. Shame on you.
That was the 3rd time. Are you refusing?
I would like to know why. I'm not refusing. I would like to know why.
Now he got to go and reach for her. Now he got to go and start picking up her bags and stuff. She acting like Karen. I just did a video about a white lady who went through the same thing. Now I got to understand. You know what all this is just showing me? No matter how many videos I show and post, I can show everything wrong a white woman do, and then it's 3 times more when I show a black woman. I can show everything that a black woman do, and I can show 3 times more what a white woman do. What it's trying to tell me is trouble and problems and ignorance has no color on it. It's people that put color and races to it. I literally just ran a video, and I will put the video. It'll be the next video that's coming up. Karen refused resisting arrest. Officer told her over 15 times. He even had to grab her, snatch her up out of the doctor's office. 2 sergeants there, and she still resisted. This is embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing because my men, they message me, oh, you know, you're showing one side. No, I'm showing the side I need to see if I'm looking at that video. Don't judge me off of a video. When you look at my videos, I would like you to judge me off of my content, off of what I tell you that's pertaining to the video. If I'm watching a video with black men and they're disgracing and they're disrespecting black women, of course you're not expecting me to be his friend in that moment. You're expecting me to tell him how he's acting, whether I approve, appreciate it or not. If it go his way, yay. If it don't, keep it moving. I've said what I said. And now I'm on to this black woman. I've been on everybody's case about things. This right here, I guess it takes a little bit more of a course for me because you have the galls to be in the church house. And you can act as innocent as you want to act. Something's been happening in that church house. I'm not saying that this pastor is innocent. But I can tell you this. Whatever this pastor has been doing, you know you're a part of a board. You're a member of a church. And the way you yelling and screaming and hooping and hollering like Harpo done got a hold of you, you probably on the board as well. So you know what the proper protocols are. You brought so much attention to this story. You brought so much attention to yourself. You brought so much attention to even other members of the church. It's a domino effect. Learn how to control yourself. Learn how to take that tongue and be cute and then stay mute. That wasn't the time for you to get cute and keep talking. It was the time for you to stay cute, classy. And then while you walking out the door to the officers, you could have politely said, you know, officer, I'm sorry you had to be a part of this, but there are things that's going on in the church. See, that's how you handle it. My mom owned 2 churches. I had to go through the same thing. I had to go in the church and I called the meeting. I did. And I'm not even a part of it, but my mama left this legacy. And I had to let a pastor know you don't have the right to be in here calling no woman in the church house a bitch. Yes, I had to go and do that. And that was me not just standing up for women. I was standing up for the church. I'm standing up for the congregation. Why? Because people look up to pastors, but there's a certain way you do it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I can't wait to get my body cam footage so I can show you all just how I handle things. I'm for righteousness. And I'm for wrong too, because if you're right, you're right. I'm with you. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm with you too, because I'm going to eat you up. I'm totally disgraced at this story, especially with her coming from the church. And you had to make me go and pull out my church suit too and my old brim hat. I got a problem with you. And I'm not even finished.
My daughter here, why am I leaving?
Because your daughter is there is one reason why you need to get your ass up and go. The fact that your daughter is there. The fact that your daughter is there is why you need to go. The fact that your daughter is there is why you need to stop questioning this police officer. Because you know good and well you would not question a white officer like that. He'll snatch you up and have you crawling out the door while the congregation right there looking. You took advantage of this officer. And because your daughter is there, that's more reason why you should have been gone. Learn how to be classy and then save the sassy sometimes. Learn how to be cute, but you need to know when to be mute. Learn how to mute and unmute. This wasn't the time for that. Whatever went on in that church, if it was that bad in that church, why you just handling it on a Sunday? You got all week long. You didn't just find out the pastor was doing what he was doing, did you? So why did you wait to this particular day? Why didn't you exercise your rights as a member before Sunday? Why would you come and bring this type of commotion? You should be embarrassed, and I bet you you're not. You're not embarrassed because you think you did something right. Yeah, in some eyes, yeah, she should have been treated, No. Nobody is condoning whatever it is her and the pastor is going through. I'm not condoning that. What I'm trying to say is, whatever the pastor did, she knew there was a time and a place. She also, I got a feeling there was something that happened before that officer got there. That would be one of the lowest, pettiest pastors around if he waited just to see her at church and then call the police. I'm speculating that could have happened. But as mouthy as she is and the way she turned up real quick, something already was rattled. Now he grabbing a Kool-Aid.
Why am I leaving?
Again.
Why am I leaving the
Again. Listen to her.
church? Why am I being escorted out of the church when God said I can come to church?
God said you could come to church, but he didn't say which building. God did say you can go to church. Anybody can tell you you can go to church. They can also tell you you can go to hell. God, if he told you to go to church, did he give you any indication it was time for you to get up and go home? Y'all stop throwing certain things into mixes just to fit your frame. We all know what the Bible said. The Lord say, come as you are. But as you are right now is not the time for you to come. It's a hostile situation, and I can tell, had that officer even let you stay, you wasn't going to stop talking because you're not even letting the officer get a word in. I could just imagine how you are at home. And the fact that you probably at home with such a biggity big mouth, you probably be wrong a lot of the times and don't even apologize in your wrongness. That pastor, you and that pastor got into it, and that pastor probably didn't even feel comfortable. Again, I'm not condoning this pastor because we don't know what happened until she tell it. But I wouldn't want to be sitting up there trying to preach and stuff either when I know I got this heathen over here breathing down my neck, elbowing the evangelist and stuff. You heard him, girl. Ooh. And he know good and well he ain't this. How that man gonna pay attention up there? He shouldn't be up there anyway. If he was doing all this wrong, you should have been had him exiled out. But no, what you want to do, you want to wait and cause a scene. Ain't enough people there during the weekday. You want to wait and you get you behind the church on Sunday to go to acting up. And then go to recording in the church house like you right. And all you did was look very wrong because you know good and well this officer should not have had to ask you that many times. And you know that officer was pitying you because half of the people in the church probably know him. Or his mama them.
Reverend Taylor does not want me in church.
And if Reverend Taylor didn't want you, that just didn't go. You knew that you and Reverend Taylor was having something going on way before this. You don't wait the church when people go to get in the church on Sunday. And then you want to start airing out the church laundry. I mean, as big as that church is, it's about 5 or 6 people there. Why do they need to know what's going on in there? Now you about to get the deaconess and all of them involved.
Why? Tell me why.
I don't owe you no explanation. Just haul ass. Just leave. Right there is when black women become a headache. I'm the first one to tell you because you can't talk to them. You can't get nothing through their head. When we get on the road, we don't know how to stop. We got to learn how to stop. You got to learn how to stop. You got to ask the Lord to show you. You got to ask the Lord to teach you how to hold your tongue. I'm telling you. I was a teenager when I really came with my mom. And she told me because I just didn't want to listen to her. I just didn't care. It was my own issues with her. But she told me one day, she said, listen. She said, you're going to have a rude awakening. She said, when you get it, she said, it take you 30 seconds to get into something and it'll take you 30 years to get out of it. She said, it ain't nothing you can do. Nothing. You got to ask the Lord to hold your tongue, ladies. We got to not be so quick to fly off the handle. We got to not be so closed-minded where we shut our ears and just keep running your mouth. Shut it. Learn how to take a deep breath. You can cause friction in yourself when you don't get self-control. And then the cycle repeat itself over and over and over. Look what you're doing in front of your daughter. You teaching your daughter how to disrespect the police officers. You teaching your daughter how to disrespect the church house. You teaching your daughter how to disrespect the pastor. But what you're not understanding, the plot gets thicker than that. You're teaching your daughter how to disrespect you. What, you gonna beat her to a pulp when she talk back? Now you teaching her abuse. Now you teaching her to stay closed up. No, you don't need to do that. You need to teach your daughter self-control. She have a chance. Don't look like you got a chance because you absent-minded and you're closed-minded. I could tell you're close. Y'all gonna call me judgmental. I don't give a damn. Look how many times, somebody put it in the comments, how many times this officer asked this lady to leave. Hell, I went to asking her to leave. I wish I could have got up and went there and just left for it. Maybe if I left, she'd have followed me. Because she surely wasn't scared of that pistol. She took advantage of this officer. She took advantage of this officer just like some of us women do. We take advantage in our relationships. We take advantages in our marriages. We take advantages with our friends. And we don't even understand why we push so many people away. That type of mentality, that black woman mentality. That's a black woman mentality. I'm not saying that there are not a lot of white women out there with attitudes, but I'm talking to y'all. I'm not talking to nobody else. If you don't like it, get off my channel. We got to do better. This is a classic example. The reason why I'm so thankful that I got this. It's a classic example because you know why? It's not like we're looking at Bonquita and them out there fighting in front of McDonald's because you got the cheeseburger and they got the nuggets. No, you're in the house of the Lord and you don't know how to act. How much more classy can you get? Who don't want to be classy for the Lord? I do. That's why you barely gonna see me half stepping. But when you ask the Lord to fix you, you got to ask him to fix you from the inside. Then you could come out. Because people can see pretty all day long. They can see all this prettiness. When the men message me, you know what I tell them? I say, get to know me. I don't have a side. You send me a video with a woman mistreating men and being disrespectful, I'm going to get on that video too. And I'm going to ride you until the next one come along. Don't take it personal. My channel is for the understood, not the understand. My channel is for the understood. I'm not a surface person. And if you can't stay there with me, leave. I'm embarrassed.
And I come to church when God's house is open.
God's house is open, but he shut those doors at that particular church from you. There's no other church in the community that wants you because of your attitude. Kool-Aid. There's no other church that you can attend because of your attitude. Or you done got so comfortable in that church because you running things. You got a mouth problem. So you don't want to leave that church. You just said it. Oh, I've been in this church long as the pastor. So you've been a problem for a long time. That's why the congregation look empty. You've been a problem in this church for a while. Whatever the pastor is doing, you should have known the proper steps to get it corrected and resolved. But what you decided to do was get caught up in an entangle. You want to be in an entanglement. You want to keep things dismangled. You want to be all over the place. You want to start up stuff and stir stuff the same way you do in your house probably. It's a shame. And it's disrespectful. And it's unladylike if you want me to be cute with it. I'm not feeling this. I know where this video came from. Wasn't going that route. Because I had my own mind. Don't know what was even going on in the video. But what I had to do real quick, I had to go and get church-like because y'all don't want to hear me speak. I don't care if you came from the church house. And if you're in the church house and you have an issue with what I'm saying, so be it.
Everyone, tell me why I cannot come to church when
because you got a big mouth, because you're talking too much, because you're disrespectful, because I don't want to hear you anymore, and because you don't listen. You don't listen the same way I could tell you are in your everyday, day-to-day. You don't listen. I could just imagine the man at home. Girl, you're making my hat fall off. You a chirping chipmunk. You don't Stop. You walking out the door with the same thing. I would have loved to see you get up and do like I said, walk on the side of this officer, show this officer that, you know what, there's some classiness right here, because she whispered, man, I don't know, she whispered in my ear and she kind of told me some things about this pastor. Right there, you would have caught his attention. It's not that he believed the pastor. That wasn't his job unless he already know the church. He responded to the phone call, and whoever called is who he got the gear with. If you had got up and walked out the door, you would have won him over so much more. You would have won him over. He may not have been able to still help you in that moment, but I guarantee you, you would have left a thought in his mind. You would have left a thought in his mind like, man, I got a feeling that pastor just want her gone because I hear he's stealing. But the way you handled it, I would have wanted your ass gone too. Matter of fact, if I was your husband, when you get home, I don't even want you to tell me the story, because I know you're about to get dramatic telling me the story. Let me keep going before I go to getting sentimental and all this stuff right here. Because then these men are always thinking that I ain't on their side. But what they don't know, I'm on y'all side. But I can't fix y'all. I got to fix these women first. Because once you fix the women first, guess what? They're going to pull in the right man. Whether you for them or not, they're going to know what to do then. Because they're going to get ladylike with it. And ladylike has to start within. And this behavior coming from this lady, that's not ladylike. Because it's definitely not the queen's like. I don't like it. I feel like a lady need to be seen and not heard. And that's why when I walk in the building, I'm snatching the air out the walls. And I mean it all. And it doesn't matter what a man say about me. You can't this, you can't that. Oh, stop it, please. You know better than that. But this behavior right here, you catch a bee better with honey than you do lemon any day. And this straight lemon. And as a man, I wouldn't want to hear this chirping in my ear all day and night, because the way she chirping in this officer ear, I don't know.
Taylor has a personal vindictive.
And then if you're going to go to spewing out stuff like that, it's not a personal vindictive. It's a vendetta. See, that might let me know too something ain't right.
Tell me why.
We done told you why. Get your ass out. I can't get this. Listen, people, y'all gonna get mad with me, and that's your business. I just want her to get her ass out. She done caused so much confusion walking out that damn door. I don't know what to do. She making me curse up in the damn church house. You got me at church now. I got my hat on and stuff, brimming to the side. Hey, I got some Kool-Aid, and guess what? She making me tell her, haul ass. Haul ass. That's what these women don't get. He just gave you a classic example. We got a nice, sweet young officer. I don't know how nice and sweet he is on the outside. I'm telling you how he approached her. He approached her differently from the white man. The white man wouldn't have given her that many chances. So imagine how she acting towards this black man right here. How do you think she's acting at home? She never stopped. She never stopped. I mean, my afro done got dried out, because guess why? She's spitting all in my hair. I got stuff dry around there because she's steady talking, steady in my ear, steady. I don't even wear makeup. Everything is just spit, just always something. That's why they wanted her gone.
You tell me why. I can't.
Even he wouldn't tell her why. You know why? Look at him. Bumblebee boy. He ready for her. Look at him.
Yeah.
Can you leave?
He want her to leave. What man want, not what God wants. Tell me why.
Because God wants you to get up and leave. See all that light? All of this is light, people. See all that light right there? All that's light. The Lord say, please get up. The Lord say, Lord, would you please get God to ask her to leave? Amen. I can't take it. Did you have your mother's belonging? Please get your mama stuff. She done paid her tithes and stuff. Listen, pastor, can you give her tithing back from the front? If she paid tithes, that is it. Hey, if she paid tithes this Sunday, can you give her money back? Because I don't even know How they going to be able to resolve this right here? This, when it go this far, first of all, with the pastor calling the police like that, I don't know how far that's going to go. It's a difference when you're arguing on the inside. But now everything is out on the outside now. So now y'all done brought the police in. Police don't normally come to churches like that. So now you done brought the police in. What you gonna do now? How y'all gonna mend this? And then the way she talking, she going on and on and on and on and on. You can't even get a word in with this chap and chipmunk. Nah, Nene, I need you to do better. And listen, I can't even get so upset because I could just imagine how many more videos are out here. I don't want to have this type of field day. Y'all already say I'm a chatterbox. What y'all want me to do when you send me stuff like this?
Why I can't come to church?
You can't come to church because we don't want you to come. Y'all want me to keep playing? Okay.
Tell me why.
We don't want you to come. Y'all want me to keep going?
Tell me why.
Because I don't want you here no more. Y'all want me to keep going?
I can't come to church.
Because we don't want you here because you got a big mouth. You talk too much. You're very loud. You just ruin the church services. You got people in the congregation scared to be there, and it's only 5 people there. We want you to get in your car, and we want you not to return. We got no deacon. We got no deaconess. We got no evangelist. We got no pastor. We got no assistant pastor. We got no first lady. We got nobody trying to get you to stay. You gonna ask me again why? Okay.
You got to know. You doing your.
I just told you I know. Please leave.
No, you got a piece of paper. You got to know why. Tell me why. I came to church. Thank you. Please tell. Please.
She had one person going to the bathroom that was visiting the church, told her, you got to go? And she said yes. And then she said thank you. She asked the question, offered the answer, and then answered the question, and then said thank you. Look at them. These people standing around, they don't give a damn. They don't care anything about that pastor putting her out of the church. Because, listen, it seems like there's too many of them defending that pastor. And one thing about it, members know they run the church. For those of you that don't know, those members run the church. Things get voted in and voted out. There's a board. Why didn't she follow that proper protocol? No, why? Because she's a drama queen in everyday living. She's a drama queen at home, and she's probably a drama queen at work if she works. And we know she's dramatic in the church. I mean, the way she's dramatic here, yelling like she about to go and hit a 2-step and stuff like that. No.
Please, thank you.
You're welcome. Just go. I know that. I know that man like this. Please, we almost to the door. We almost to the door.
Y'all doing what man want.
Because man the one called. So if the Lord called the police department and the Lord said, please go to this church, what would you say then? The Lord called the police on me? The Lord's asking you to leave. If you're that good in church and you believe in the Lord and you know that there is righteousness and what this all pastor doing is wrong, guess what? You will find another church house. Clearly, that's letting you know that's not the church for you. A real mature, classy woman going to say some words going out the door, because just best believe when I walk out the door, I don't know if I'm going to say any words. I don't know what words I'm going to say, but honey, I'll be ready to get that pencil and paper together. I know stuff like that. You can find you another church to go to. I don't know why you won't find you another church to go to. I don't know what it is with you and this pastor, but don't look like nobody else in the church is agreeing with you, because she's about to say that she felt that the pastor was stealing. But if the pastor is stealing, the members don't know, the board don't know, nobody said nothing but you, so you the only biggity badass in the church that have something to say.
What God want, y'all doing what man want, not
because man the one that called. Had a woman called, what you would have said. We know what man y'all talking about, but it's irrelevant what you're saying. And I want somebody to answer in the questions when you're going through something like this, and this is pertaining to something in the church house. Do you really feel like it's fair to say, like what she just said? Oh, Y'all doing what man say, but the Lord did this. Do you feel like that is a right statement to say in that moment? Because we're all of flesh. And if we're going through something, I hate when people start saying, oh, the Lord this and the Lord that. But in this moment, it's in other words, without me saying it wrong, it's things that we place in a category for the Lord. And then there's other things where, man, come on, you human just like me. We're answering this question now. And this is your answer now. Y'all get what I'm saying? Do you think it's right when people try to use the Lord as a segment to everything, when they know if things are separated when it comes to if the Lord gave you this feeling for this? That man is going through something. Whatever the case is, he want this woman out the church. But she's hollering, oh, y'all doing what man say. But what else was man supposed to do? He can't sit there and wait on the Lord. Even if he want to wait on the Lord, he's in uniform.
I want.
How you gonna come up to my house and take one of my lamb?
She came up in your house and took one of your lamb chops because your lamb need to go. And you should go too. But you know what? Them must be sisters. Because you see, look at mama. Mom said no. Ain't got nothing to do with that. And she looking just like this. You told Harpo to beat me. Mom sitting there like this, y'all. It just done got so hilarious with this story until I can't, you notice I can't even stay focused. I can't stay focused because I can't believe she cutting around the church, and she looked like she's an older member of the church. And for her to be behaving in this manner, it just speaks volumes. It speaks so many volumes to me. To me, she should have just exited right on out. What I would have appreciated if they would have started that organ or that banjo and they would have been escorting her out that door. Honey, hey, give them a reason to step. If you go get that thing or do, I know y'all see that Erica, but step and get her to step on out the door just like that. I'm about tired of this story. Y'all know I normally only give y'all 2 to 3 minutes of my time, and I'm steady talking about this. No.
Thank you.
It ain't your house, lady. You pay tithes. How much tithes you pay? It's 10%. Some say 15. What you giving the church? $90 a week? That's not enough to keep the church house doors open. You could take those $90 a week, not to say it ain't no money, but the way she acting like she done bought and paid the church and she getting change back. Y'all just want to hear me talk.
No. Please.
How you gonna call the police on the police and the police say do nothing wrong? Why didn't you call the police on the pastor? Make this make sense to me, folks. I told y'all they got to be her sister or her auntie. They got to be some kin. How you going to sit there and call? What are you going to call the police and tell the police? Hi there, Mr. Police Department. Can you please send the chief of police over? Okay, ma'am, what do you need the chief of police for? Well, I need the chief of the police because the police came here and he's escorting my sister out the house of the Lord. Okay, why is he escorting your sister out the house of the Lord? Well, because the pastor told him to escort her out because he didn't want her here. Okay, ma'am, have a good day. See, another one making a spectacle. Those two are the ones in the church house starting trouble. Now, if she taking up for her sister, I like that and I appreciate that, but I want her to also own and understand your sister is wrong. Because while you sitting there arguing and feuding back and forth like this, why didn't you go in the pastor's face? You go in the pastor's face because the pastor is the one that started this. The pastor is the one that made the phone call. If you, your congregation, and the members and the board members, if you guys really seen a problem with what was going on right now, I would have seen a huddle. And all y'all would have been walking up to this police officer and letting this police officer know, no, sir, they got it wrong. Our pastor is the one that need to go. Y'all got the power. The members in the board, y'all got the power. That lets me know. No, yes, my finger, y'all see it. That lets me know they want her to go like me, like her, like y'all. I want her to go. I want her ass out here. I'm not being funny.
Y'all doing what man want here. Y'all doing what man want and not what God wants. Thank you.
here, listen, and you got one of the officers out here. What did the officer do? He's doing his job. He's coming to a call. How could you call the police on the police? The officer, not that you can't do it, but what will be your reason for it? He's doing his job. They both just making a spectacle of things for no reason. The same things that we get accused of. This bad behavior. This erotic behavior. This loudness, this dramatic drama. Don't let people talk. Don't listen. Keep talking while you're listening. The minute someone get through talking, boo, 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 you didn't even get an information, a chance to process. And I tell people all the time, you can't get defensive unless you let a person finish.